So whoever is in here already, if you guys could unmute, just so I could hear you guys. Adam, I see you. What's going on, my dude? Jay Anthony.
Yes.
Got my dude Audric in the building. I'm good. There we go. Infinity Media, nice to finally meet you like this.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good, man. This guy got a pen. I saw a pen just flash in the frame. You have a pen ready? Yeah. I know people are really busy today, and some people might have forgot. I know, and I was expecting that, but it's not a problem. It's going to be recorded. But yeah, if you could just put your camera on so we can see you, or at least put some audio on so we can hear you. But I had big plans. And they had to get canceled because I had a house rented. I was gonna have like an actual like in-house experience with you guys, so you guys could kind of see, like in an actual property. But gotta say what's up to my guy Jay Anthony. Jay has been with me for like, I don't even know, like 2 years maybe now, or 3, I don't know, but he helps me on a lot of my shoots. So if you guys follow me, obviously you do, because I didn't promote this really on my feed, but on my stories, a lot of my behind the scenes are shot by him. Unless I'm trying to do rebel it out and do it myself, but usually it's Jay. I did dabble a little bit with wedding photography, and that's not my cup of tea. It's a lot of work. I admire. Sorry, 1 second. Someone's coming in. I admire the ones that do it both. I admire the videographers and photographers that do wedding videography and photography, because that is a lot of work, and it's very lucrative. If income is your main goal, do video and photography, and you will see yourself grow very, very quickly as far as like your income, because couples usually like to, and I don't want to make this about weddings, but couples usually like to book one company for both, opposed to John for the photos, Ryan for the video, or Ryan for the video, John for, like, they just want to cut that one check, which I will gladly take. So we did it for 2 years, and it wasn't something that we wanted to take a lot of work on, because then I have to hire photographers, and I have to hire so when the pandemic hit, we found ourselves transitioning into real estate. Real estate is it, guys. Like, honestly, like, I never knew that we were gonna be this busy with real estate, to the point that I could be even talking to people about the real estate industry. Like, I thought it was just gonna be like, okay, like the weddings are closed, things are down. So we were doing it before, but not as much as we're doing it now, right? So we like started to like get a lot of referrals. Shout out to Joseph, thanks for joining. We're gonna get to you, sir. If you could go on video if you're comfortable with that, but we're gonna get to you to introduce yourself in 2 seconds, okay? But yeah, so during the pandemic, we transitioned into doing real estate primarily because we couldn't do weddings. And the response of the agents when we started offering ourselves was just amazing. And it got so amazing to the point that we almost are going to be transitioning primarily to real estate first and then wedding second, because it's less work. And not that I'm trying to be lazy, but it's just less work, and I'm more in control of the day, opposed to the wedding day where you are thrown around and you have to just know what's going on at this time, at that time, and you have to. Whereas with the real estate game, it's like, this is the property, this is the location, that's the price, right? And I like that. And I'd rather shoot 20 properties a month than to shoot 20 weddings a year, because it's for 1 hour, 2 hours the max. Whereas with one wedding, for us at least, I know for Ryan as well too, we do a lot of cultural weddings. One day sometimes is 17 hours, right? And one couple is 3 days. And one couple sometimes is a whole weekend. So when you talk about, okay, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, I'm doing 6 properties, I'd rather that any day of the week than doing 50 weddings for the year or 10 weddings for the month, because it's a lot of time, it's a lot of editing. Like, so just to give you an example, Monday I shot Tuesday, sorry, I shot a property for one of our Jay, yeah, you were there, Tuesday, right? It was Tuesday, yeah, so Tuesday I shot a property for one of our agents, and it lit like I was finished literally the same day, the edit. And only because she wanted to add some extra stuff, I had to wait for her to give me access to those pictures. But when you get the hang of it, you literally have your style and you have your flow of, okay, this is when I go into the front entrance, when I go into the main, when I go into the back, like you have your style to the point where it's like, you're just doing it like clockwork. And if I could get 5 of those properties every single day, even for 3 days a week, charging at what we charge, I'd rather that money than having to shoot every single weekend, not spending time with my family, not seeing my kids grow, not getting other opportunities in my business growing, because you're with one couple sometimes from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that could have been 4 days of you shooting properties. And yes, you make a lot of money in the wedding industry, but the real estate industry is so flexible that, and because of the pandemic, it got blown up, but it's better for us because now their agents need us more than ever. So for any of you guys that are considering the real estate game right now, I highly recommend, I applaud you for seeing an opportunity to just even gain some knowledge from someone that has been doing it, and take it for yourself, because there is thousands of properties out there that I cannot have. I cannot shoot every property. Not every agent's gonna like my style. Not every agent's gonna like my personality. Not every agent's gonna like my work, but they might like yours. So there is a piece of the pie for everybody out there, and understanding the fundamentals, understanding the basics. And I'm pretty sure you guys got my email. I don't want to disrespect anyone's knowledge of videography, because like for Ryan, has been doing it almost as long as me, but when it comes to a different beast, you got to understand how to tame that beast, right? When the weddings, I could never teach him anything about weddings. He understands it. I could learn from him. But now, when it comes to the real estate game, you have to understand the fundamentals, and I could get you guys somewhere as far as the foundation. And let's give you a quick note too. I don't post all of my properties, because like Jay, you know, when I'm with Katrina, when I'm with my personal agent, my personal realtor, there's a certain chemistry that is Instagram worthy, because we're friends and it's fun content. And it's not just, hi there, my name is Jonathan Lewis, I'm here at this property and just make sure you buy it. Like, I'm not gonna post it on my Instagram because it's not gonna get me business. And so that's why I really only post certain agents, because it's good content, it's good marketing, and it just works for us, right? So that's why I don't post all of my agents. But yeah, so it's like, we did not expect that, right? So I don't want to make this about me. I do have some questions that if you guys could answer. What are your goals in the real estate game? Like, what is your goal on why you want to get into the real estate game, opposed to whatever you're doing now? What would you say, to start with you, Adric? What are your goals for the real estate game? That was one of the questions we asked you, because it's like, you're gonna make money, right? And now, you're gonna expand your business, but you have to know what your goal is, why you're going into the real estate game, because it is not weddings, it is not commercials. You're not, when you shoot a property, you are not shooting a commercial for the agent, right? And how I approach my commercials and how I approach my weddings is not the same as how I approach my real estate videos, right? So I have to understand, what are my goals? Like, am I trying to shoot 10 properties a month? Am I trying to shoot 10 properties a week? Am I trying to shoot 2 properties a week? So I have to understand, just like our weddings, I know how many weddings I want to shoot for the year at this point. After, I believe last week, it was 11 years Jonathan Productions has been a company, and it's only been like the past 3 or 4 years that we've started to do real estate, right? So my whole mind had to shift as to what are my goals in the real estate game, being that I've already established myself somewhat in the wedding game, so in the wedding industry. So a question to ask yourself, I write down, I have these, this is not just for the live, these are actual things that I have in my phone that I have to answer. John, what are your goals? What are your goals? What are you trying to make a month? What are you trying to make a week? If you don't make it that week, what are you double doing next week, right? So it's just like you said, Audric, like I cannot go back to a job, right? So and it's not because I want to be boss, right? Let me plug in my charger. I actually, to be honest, I'll be very, very transparent. I'm not saying this to the world, I guess if it goes live, whatever, but I don't respect any person that tells me they want to get into business because they want to be a boss. Because to be a employer, a proper employer, you got to learn to be first a proper employee. So if you're only going into it, oh, I want to start my own business just to be a boss, anybody could be a boss. You could put your name, Productions, and you're the boss. But you got to know, like, what are your goals? Why are you doing what you're doing, right? So these are the questions that I ask myself every day, and it doesn't change in respects to the real estate game. I know what my goals are for the wedding industry. I know what my financial goals are annually, what my financial goals are monthly. So now when it comes to the real estate, why real estate and what are my goals? Another question you want to ask, because do you want to do this full-time or do you want to do this part-time? Like, these are questions I ask myself. Do you want to do this full-time or do you want to do this part-time? Because there's two sets of agents, okay? There's 2 sets of agents in all of GTA. And only 1% of them are full-time, okay? 1% meaning that only 1% of them sell more than 10 properties a year. A year. So if you only have 1 agent, you could probably guess you might get about 10 projects for that year. So you gotta get as many agents as possible, or you gotta focus on getting a lot of part-timers, but they're not selling a lot. And the prices that they're selling their homes at, it's not worth us forking up this money for media because we're not even making money on the commission on this house that we're selling. So my goal is I want all the full-timers. I want all of them. Do you want to do it full-time or do you want to do it part-time? And my recommendation is finding agents or finding brokerages that have full-time real estate agents that are looking to promote themselves, because those are the ones that are selling $800,000, $900,000, $1 million, $4 million homes. So when you come to them and say, hey, my name is J. Anthony Media, my name is Ryan, my name is Audric, and I'd like to show you my real, and per property, I'll charge you $400. That's a joke. That's a joke. They will book you up for the whole year. Because if they're selling a house for $1 million and they're getting 3% of that home sale or 5% of that home sale, them giving you $400 or $500 is absolutely, they'll probably give it from their piggy bank. That's nothing. So that's what I would ask. Full-time or part-time? Am I gonna work a part-time job? And when I say full-time, part-time, it's full-time agent or part-time agent, and also for yourself. Do you wanna do this full-time or do you wanna do this part-time? Because if you're doing this part-time, you better make sure that you have a job that is securing you financially. Because if you're not making enough money to support yourself financially and you're out there hustling and it's not working, that's where I was. What I did 11 years ago, I wouldn't recommend. I don't care if I can't support myself, I'm going in with 0 clients, 0 money, and I just went in. I wouldn't recommend that now. if I'm going into the real estate game now, if today was my first day, I would have a job that I know, okay, at any point I can leave you. I'm not fully committed. I'll go to an agency. But I'm going to market the heck out of my real estate videography until I can build up to get as many agents to support me financially monthly. So full-time or part-time is definitely a question that we all should answer. Another question, another statement I would say is find your style. Every videographer has a style. Jay has a style. Ryan has a style. Adam has a style. Everybody here has their own style of videography. I cannot teach you my style. I can teach you the fundamentals of how to use a gimbal, what lenses and stuff like that, but every agent is also looking for a style of videography for their listing. So how I shoot one agent's property, I don't shoot the other agent's property like that. There's some listings that we've done where literally we're just in the living room and it's, hi there, my name is Jonathan Lewis. I'm here at 43 Milton Road. And we're just there. It's like, they don't want any voiceover. They don't want any, we're here. They don't want any funky music. I can't even pull up my camera to do behind the scenes because they're old school. So they don't understand what I'm trying to do. So that is just, you know, because the brokerage hires us and we have to go to wherever the brokerage sends us to go. But now when you get to deal with a agent one-on-one and you get to build a relationship with that person, then you guys, as you get more comfortable, then it's easier to say, hey guys, I'm behind the scenes with, and then when other agents see their behind the scenes, it's gonna benefit you guys. And every agent wants to know who did that, just like the weddings, just like the commercials. Who shot your wedding? Who shot that commercial? Who shot that property? Jonathan. And it just keeps flowing and keeps flowing like that. But they'll only hire you based on your style. We have established a style for every single agent based on their needs. But you can't just go in and think that it's one bullet's gonna kill all. You literally have to understand the agent's style for them to always continually book you. And that's why we just shot on Tuesday our 21st property with Katrina in the past like 2 years. Properties a year, and that's a perfect example. I just shot 21 properties in the past 2 years with Katrina. So that average is about 10 properties a year using the right equipment. So I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of the equipment that I personally use. So first of all, I highly recommend having a gimbal stabilizer. I'm pretty sure if we're videographers, you at least have, if it's not a DJI or a Ronin, we at least have some type of stabilizer. And if not, end this live and go buy one right now. You have to have a stabilizer for anything, not just for.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Is that an extra one in the background? I'm just trying.
So that's my backup, baby. That's my backup.
Yeah, man.
I knew someone was gonna say something. Yeah, so I highly recommend a Ronin. That's why I didn't showcase that one, but the Ronin is just more reliable for me personally. It's more sturdy. The app is just better. And it just for me, I like DJI products, but any stabilizer will work. You definitely have to have a stabilizer for properties because you cannot do it handheld. Because again, if that's your style and you get hired, then hey, all the power to you. But definitely you need a stabilizer to get some stable shots. For our audio, I use the Zoom H6 and I don't use this all the time since I got my Rode Wireless Go 2s. This is just for me, it's just, I'll use it for a backup. But because they're so run and gun shooting, I don't always have time to set up my audio the way that I would do for like a wedding or a commercial. Because they just want, hey, my name is Jonathan Lewis here. I'm here at 145 Milton Street and da-da-da-da. This is more than enough. I don't need to get them lapelled. First of all, if it's a lady agent or if the gentleman is wearing a sweater, sometimes it's weird to always have the lapel there. So now I got the magnets here. So now I could put it anywhere I want without having them disturb. If they're wearing a winter jacket, it's always bundled up sometimes in the winter and it's like, where do you clip it? But now with the magnet, I could literally put it wherever I want and I'm still gonna get clean audio. So I highly recommend if you're not gonna go this route of the Rode Wireless Go 2s, get some type of audio and even just do a DIY of a magnet so you could literally, you put the mic wherever you need it. Like I would never be able to do this with my just the clip that it comes with, which is right here. You literally could just put the magnet wherever you want, and you just clip it there, and now it's there, right? So I highly recommend getting a the Rode Wireless Go 2s, or getting some type of magnet mechanism so you can have wireless audio. And then as far as lenses, highly recommend getting a wide angled lens. And if you could get a 16 millimeter, that would be ideal. I had the Zeiss 16 millimeter. The only reason I got rid of it is because I wanted 2.8, and so I went with the Tamron. Tamron lenses are absolutely highly recommended. This is a 17 to 28, so I did lose 1 millimeter on the long end, on the wide end, but it's not too noticeable. But like for us, if we're looking, like we would see like, yeah, I did lose that 1 millimeter, but highly recommend any type of wide angle lens, and I wouldn't go 18. If you're at 18, I don't recommend 18. You need to be going 17 all the way to maybe 14, which I think that's a little bit too wide for me personally. But if you have a 16, you are gold. Like any 16 from any company, you're 100% gold. I went 17 only because I just wanted the 2.8, and then it's just an easier payload on my Ronin and on my A7S III. And speaking of cameras, A7S III is my go-to camera, and the A7 III is my go-to camera. If you know me, you know I am now against Canon. I don't like Canon. I'm a Canon hater. Only because I just had bad experiences for myself personally, but they are great cameras. But all day, I recommend Sony cameras. That's just, I've had the best experience with them, and it's just good in low light and everything. And some agents actually do ask, what cameras do you use? And if you tell them you have a non-professional camera, they might not hire you, right? So, and hey, if you have to rent for a couple properties, it makes sense, right? Because you're now building your gallery. So even if I have to rent for a couple properties because I might have a beginner's camera, you have to be able to justify your pricing. You have to be able to justify your work. So if I have to rent a little bit until I could buy the camera just to look professional, by all means, I would highly recommend renting what you can't get right now. I would say focus on 2 agents and start growing from there. That was our method. We focused on 1 agent, which was Katrina. And how you find agents is very simple. Call the brokerages. Call the brokerages and ask, hi there, my name is Jonathan Lewis. I'm a local videographer. Is there any agents in your brokerage that are looking to up their social media game? I'm a videographer and I'd love to start some type of relationship with you guys using my real estate videography skills, and I could do the first one for $100. So any questions there? Any questions there? I don't want to keep talking. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, so as far as calling the brokerage, I tried to go big. Like, remember I was telling you I was trying to go to the 1%, the 1%ers. So I called Sam. So Nat, you can come and say hi, Nat. Just come and say hi. So my wife just walked in. Come and say hi. So we tried to call Sam McDaddy. I don't know if you guys have heard of Sam McDaddy, and they're all in-house. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, that's enough. So we tried to call the 1%ers that are doing like multi-million-dollar homes on an average, and they all have in-house, just like you said, Audric. So those ones you just keep calling around, right? And then sometimes the agents don't want to use the videographer that the brokerage is using. So even if you call them, listen, you could go on your street right now and just drive around. That's what we did. Drive around. Once you see a for sale sign, grab the picture, call them later. Drive on the next street, for sale, grab the picture, call them later. Go on another street, grab the picture, call them later. If you are not doing that, you are not going to get any agents, because like you said, some of them already have their in-house, so you are nothing to them. They've already had some of their agents for years, their videographer for years. So the concept of them having anyone new is not even a conversation to have. But if you now get to the agent directly, like what we did, so Katrina is from Keller Williams, but we got to her directly, and that's how we started to build our relationship. So she's not interested in the videographer and the photographers that the brokerage is using. She wants to use us directly because A, she's gonna get better pricing, she's gonna have a better relationship with a personal videographer instead of making up a schedule with, because remember, if the brokerage is hiring a videographer, they are now on that videographer's schedule in the sense of all the other agents booking other properties and okay, maybe we could get you for Tuesday or Thursday or Friday. But she has our number directly. She's dealing with us directly. So we give them, if you could tell us within 72 hours of you listing a property, we're there. That's not happening through the brokerage because now you have to, the agent has to call the brokerage, book the videographer, find out the videographer's schedule, find out if it is approved, go back, like it's this whole triangle where it's like, if you just take your wife, take your kids, and you say you're going to work, this is work. I am going to Milton. I am going to Vaughan. I am going to Toronto. And I am going to hit 25 streets before I start heading back home, and every for lease, for sale sign that I see, camera out, click, get some food for the kids, on to the next street. Click, click, for sale, oh, click. And if you have a phone, you zoom in. If you don't want to look suspicious, just zoom in from your car window and just click, click. And when you get back home, guys, and you did that at 12 o'clock in the daytime, and now it's 4 o'clock, and you have 30 plus agents, you have 50 agents, you cannot tell me that out of those 50 agents, that you won't get at least 5 decent conversations. You cannot tell me, because if we think that it's just gonna be Instagram, it's not gonna work. It doesn't matter about your gallery, it's not gonna work. You have to physically talk to them and tell them, listen, I saw your listing, I saw you have this listing in Toronto, and I would love to be your personal videographer. And for 5 agents, guys, guess what? This property, the next 3 properties that I do for you, if you hire me, will be for $100. You will get paid. What we were charging Katrina and all of our first agents when we first started, they are not seeing those prices today because gradually it went up. But as our gallery started building and other agents started seeing our gallery, we never told them $100. What we were doing for $100, you're getting charged $550 because you are, I don't know who you are. You're just seeing a videographer that is doing real estate videography. But for the agents that we started, the foundation, $100. Okay, another listing? Yep, see you there Thursday. $100. Oh, you need drone too? $100. Because it's not about the money. The money will come. But the gallery is what builds the trust with other agents. It builds your style because I'm telling you, our first one, if I won't even show you my first property. I won't even show you my first property. I did not know about the white balance. I didn't know that, hang on a second, if I'm in a condo and I'm getting all this sunlight, what the heck is the white balance in the bathroom? So I didn't know any of that. And then as you got to condos, then it got to townhomes, then it got to semis, then it got to detaches, and now we're doing mansions. And it's like, wow, I'm understanding how to do this. Jay, you were at one of the mansions, you're at some of them, right? It's how do I navigate my white balance for this? I was explaining to Jay, sometimes I have to, like sometimes if you see some videos that they have this one walkthrough for the whole clip, but if you don't understand how to maneuver your white balance, and even like for my camera, I could lock in my white balance on the A7S III, that's amazing because not every camera can do that. It even has on the A7S III, it has a white balance shift where it gradually shifts the white balance as the white balance is changing. If you upgrade your camera, yes, they're expensive machines, but it actually makes your work a lot easier. Because when I was using my other cameras, I would go into the kitchen, white balance at 2900. By the time I do this, I'm like, why the heck is this blue? Why is the wall blue? The wall is not supposed to be blue because it was just white over here. So as you upgrade in your style and you upgrade in your machine, you up your prices, But all of that happens from the $100 clients. If you, oh my gosh, I'm going all the way to Hamilton for $100, yes. Yes, you are. I'm going all the way to Ottawa? Yes. Yes, you are. Yes, Ryan. Yes. $100, I will drive anywhere to build my gallery because I now know 3 years later, whatever price I say, you will pay. Because if you don't think that I'm worth it, then go to them or go look at my gallery. And if you like what you're seeing, and if you like the style, and you like the listing, how I did my thing, and you see the reviews, and you see the trust, and you see my Instagram, and you see the behind the scenes, and you see that I'm really doing this, when I tell you it's $550, you will pay it. If you want to pay $100 or $50 or do it with grandma's phone, that's your problem, but not with us. And it all started from the foundation of those 5 agents doing it for like $100. Regardless, the first 3 for you 3 will be $100, and you just keep building and building and building. So before I move on, do you have any questions before I continue? Because I could go on for like another 3 hours. First of all, I don't know how everyone is, but I am very transparent with people in regards to everything. Like, this is gonna be an initial investment with you, Ryan. Let's just say Ryan, say you're the agent. And I'm gonna say, okay, Ryan, I've been doing real estate videography for 1 year now, and I'm just building up my clientele, and I would love for you to be a part of that building stage. So for the first 3, what we're gonna do, Ryan, we're gonna do the first 3 properties, regardless of the size, we're gonna do it for $100, okay? Now, after the 3rd property, Ryan, we are going to start the increase by $50, $75. So the 4th property will be $175. Okay, so now you keep doing that. At $175, we send out emails. Hey, did you not get the email? So we're actually gonna be increasing it to $250 per property. Once you feel, Chris, right? Once you feel comfortable enough to say like, okay, I got what John is saying. It's been a year now. I have a good relationship with this person. I'm comfortable with doing a property. Increase. That's what I did with my weddings. My first wedding was $500, like $200. And as I got better, increase. As I got better, more knowledge, better equipment, increase, increase, increase. So the conversation doesn't have to be awkward actually. It doesn't have to be awkward, but you definitely have to have the conversation and just let them know about these small increases gradually as you feel comfortable and as you learn and get more experience, it shouldn't be a problem. And then remember, you're only charging $100 for those 3 agents. Those are your foundation agents. So once you finish those properties and you start marketing yourself, you're not charging $100 for any other agent outside of those 3. So what we charge Katrina, we don't charge Joe and Elvis. I don't know why that name came, but Elvis, right? So it's only those 3 that we built. You guys are getting like the lowest price possible because we started off with you, but everyone else, the conversation shouldn't be awkward because you know this is what the price is. This is what the price is.